Yeah, good. Ready to go.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah. So we're live at the minute, so that I like to go live early so that you don't cut off the first few minutes. So it's happening now. It worked this time. Last time was such a pain, but it worked this time first go.
Test that. That sounds better. That's not normally how we get your attention by making unpleasant noises like that, so our apologies. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anthony Bassett. I'm the CEO of East Gippsland Shire Council, and it gives me great pleasure to be your MC for today.
Hi, I'm not getting the
Commence
PA.
proceedings, I'd like to invite Sandra Patton, a Gunaway senior elder, to come forward
Pardon?
for the welcome to country. Thank you.
I'm not getting the PA.
Morning all, my name is Sandra Patton. I'm a senior Gunaway elder, and I'm here today
Have we done what?
to you for the leadership of Gunaway people. I'm the traditional owner of this beautiful area we call Gippsland, the homelands of the Gunaway people. My Aboriginal
Pardon?
region is Gunaway, Gippsland, Monaro, Jindabyne, and this time out this region, and Yorta, Curragona Division of the Murray River.
I haven't selected
Today,
anything.
performing the
What am I selecting on what?
ceremony. This practice is just one of many footprints that we are as Aboriginal people's connection to the country and the land. The footprint for the welcoming ceremony
Taking
is
the line in.
practice that has been practiced for
Perhaps go past transition.
When I speak
I don't know.
about connection to the country, my knowledge comes from
Yeah, I'm in
generations of
audio.
Aboriginal elders, their story and songlines.
Internal mic, echo suppression, mixed channels.
Thousands of years. These stories and songlines connect to the landscape, the waters and rivers,
Yeah,
sacred areas, and spiritual beings.
nothing.
The
Just
stories and
turn it on or off.
songlines
USB.
shape
No,
who we are as Aboriginal
that's
people
USB audio.
stand for. A smoking ceremony is also another traditional practice. We do
I'm just going to go back to internal mic.
smoking ceremonies of ancient Aboriginal custom across
I don't know what's going on
Australia
with that.
that involves burning various native plants to produce smoke. The smoke cleansing properties brought all bad spirits from people and the land.
Yeah, all right then.
Smoking ceremonies
thanks,
can
bye.
also make pathway for a brighter future. Smoking ceremonies are cleansing
Alright, I'll,
and have
ring if I
always
need
been
help.
incorporated into world cultural practices. On October 22nd, 2010, the Federal Court recognised that the Gunai Kurnai people hold native title over much of Gippsland. From Warwick in the west, east to the Snowy River, north to the Great Divide and south to the coast. There are 5 clan groups throughout the traditional areas of Gunai Kurnai: Grayakbalong, Grabulbalong, Katrulbalong, and Crowatungalong. Today, your ceremony is taking place in the land of the Grabulbalong people. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. The story identifies who I am and strengthens my originality. May your stay in this beautiful land be safe, and may the winds gently sail you. Today, on behalf of the Gunai Kurnai people, I welcome you to your citizenship ceremony. May the footprints you leave always be a reminder to you of the importance, the strength of Aboriginal culture on the land of the Gunai Kurnai people. Once again, thank you to East Gippsland Shire and demonstrating proper process and allowing me as a British owner to welcome you and share with you my cultural connections to this land, the land of the Gunai Kurnai people. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra, for your welcome to country. It's great to have you here this morning. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land on which we gather today and recognise the living culture of the Gunai Kurnai people and their unique contribution they make to this region. I pay respects to elders past, present and the Aboriginal community. On behalf of East Gippsland Shire Council, welcome to this citizenship ceremony, this really important day for you and for us. And it's pleasing to see so many friends and families that have come along today to support you as candidates for your Australian Citizenship Pledge and to witness this very special occasion. We're also very pleased to advise that this is being live streamed, which hopefully you know, and hopefully you'll be able to tell people who may wish to watch it, which is why as well we don't start till exactly on time to make sure that nobody misses any part of the ceremony. I extend an invitation for you to take videos and photos during the ceremony. Feel free to stand up, friends and families, if you wish to take photos. There's no problem at all in that. But there will be also an opportunity at the end of today's ceremony for pictures with the Mayor and other councillors. So a little bit of housekeeping first. Can you please ensure that any electronic devices are on silent or off during the ceremony? Secondly, to our candidates in particular here, if you could please ensure that your name label is clearly displayed at all times and looking around the room, it looks like that is in fact the case. It would also be appreciated for everyone if you could stay until after the national anthem has been sung at the end of the presentation of certificates before you leave. Light refreshments will also be served and have been set up at the back of the room there. I would like to acknowledge here present today our Mayor, Councillor Mark Reeves, our Deputy Mayor, Councillor Allen, and we also have 3 other councillors here, Councillor Greason, OMA, Councillor Stowe and Councillor Van Diegle. I thank them for their attendance today. A number of other councillors were unable to be here. We also have apologies from the Honourable Alex Hawke, Minister for Immigration, Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, the Honourable Darren Chester, Federal Member for Gippsland, and the Honourable Tim Gould, Member for Gippsland East. As you can imagine, there are a number of commitments at the moment, particularly for our federal members, and they do send their apologies and best wishes, but are unable to be here. Today's ceremony is being conducted by authority of the Minister for Home Affairs in accordance with the Australian Citizenship Act 2007. Presiding over the ceremony is our Mayor, Councillor Mark Reeves. The ceremony completes the legal requirements prescribed by the Australian Citizenship Act, which requires each new citizen to make the Australian Citizenship Pledge. It also provides an opportunity for us to welcome you and celebrate your decision to become an Australian citizen. It now gives me great pleasure to invite our Mayor, Councillor Mark Reeves, to address you. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, CEO Anthony. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, candidates and guests, and young people in particular, to be very well behaved. So thank you for tolerating this old person stuff at the moment. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we're gathered on here today. It is Gunai Kurnai country, land and waters, and pay my respects to the elders, past, present and emerging. It's one of my greatest delegated authorities and pleasures to undertake these ceremonies, and I'm really delighted to be here with you. I also acknowledge that our local member Tim is an apology, and normally Tim is an ardent participant in these, so it's just worth noting, and our councillors who are here as well. Thank you for being here. It's great. So taking up Australian citizenship is a serious step. It's a symbol of your commitment to the country you've chosen to make home. And just as importantly, the conferment of citizenship is a symbol of Australia's commitment to you, as it's a step which makes you full and equal members of the Australian community. The Parliament recognises that Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the Commonwealth of Australia. Australian citizenship is a common bond involving reciprocal rights and obligations uniting all Australians while also importantly respecting diversity. Parliament recognises that a person granted Australian citizenship enjoy these rights and undertake to accept these responsibilities. Here they are: 4. By pledging loyalty to Australia and its people, by sharing their democratic beliefs, by respecting their rights and liberties, and lastly by upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. However, no one who becomes an Australian citizenship is expected to renounce their or your cultural identity. The customs and traditions you have grown up with are a part of your, and I dare say our heritage now. It's important that you make these links with your past, for this cultural mix is what makes Australia a unique and special country. Today's ceremony marks the final stage in your decision to become an Australian citizen, and I know for some of you it's a long process, and I'm sure you might like to share that with some of the councillors. Some of you it might have been months or years in the process. And it's the greatest compliment you can make to the people of Australia. Australian citizenship is the common bond which unites us. Australia respects the diversity and cultural inheritance of its citizens, and we are honoured that you have chosen Australian citizenship today. With citizenship comes responsibilities as well as rights. The greatest responsibility is to participate fully in our community, to strengthen the freedom and openness which makes Australia unique. We in East Gippsland are delighted that you have chosen to make your home in our Shire, and I'm sure that everyone here today will agree with me when I say it is truly a great place to live and to raise a family. I would now like to read a message from Honourable Alex Hawke MP, Minister for Immigration, Citizenship, Migrant Services and Multicultural Affairs. Quite a portfolio. So, the Honourable Alex says, today you become an Australian citizen. We are immensely proud of what we have achieved as a nation, and we welcome you in joining us. Our history and culture has been forged over thousands of years, first through Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and more recently with people from all corners of the earth. Australia has succeeded as a nation by embracing and defending our national values. We believe in the freedom and dignity of each individual, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and freedom of association. We value the rule of law, democracy and equality of opportunity for all people. We stand with other democracies in helping to defend and protect these hard-fought freedoms. We're a resilient nation. Drought, bushfires, floods, and the global pandemic have challenged our normal way of life. Our social cohesion, a key strength of Australia, has never been more important. Upon taking the pledge of commitment today, I call on you to embrace these values and the rights and responsibilities of Australian citizenship, as I've mentioned, and play an active part in your and our local community to build an even stronger nation. So on behalf of the Australian Government, I congratulate you on reaching this very special day. And that's from Alex Hawke. That concludes the Minister's message, and as I said, that's one of my greatest privileges, is to have that delegated authority from the Parliament of Australia to be with you today. On behalf of the councillors of the Shire of East Gippsland, all its people, I wish you good health, happiness and prosperity, and may you achieve your personal dreams for your future here in Australia.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mark, for those words. To our candidates for Australian citizenship today, as an Australian citizen, as has been mentioned a couple of times now, you are entitled under Australian law to the same rights that are enjoyed by people born in Australia. By becoming an Australian, you are showing that you want to have a say in Australia's future. The Australian Citizenship Pledge calls upon new citizens to make a commitment of loyalty to Australia and its people. Candidates have a choice of making an oath or affirmation in pledging their loyalty as citizens of Australia. I now invite the following candidates taking the oath under God to please stand in your place as I say your name, and I prefer you to say the oath. Aaron Babu, John Bishop, Karen Kentute, Yak Chan, Shin Jin, Domingo Field, Stephanie Field, Ayla Field, Timothy Garthwaite, Florinda Hester, Paul Harvey, Juliet Johnston, Sashrika Kati, Alpana Ben Patel, David Burgess, and Leanne Burgess.
Thanks, Anthony. So conferees, I'll read this line by line and you say after me, and it's written up here on the screen as well. From this time forward, under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Well done. Take a seat. Easy as that.
Would the candidates taking the affirmation please stand in your place as I call your name? Shirley Dave, Ryan Davies, Yorjen Maya, Martin Kutik, Eddie Kutik, Fred Kutik, Katrina Kutik.
Okay, so once again, after I read it line by line, from this time forward, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Easy as that. Well done.
Thank you, Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our newest citizens. Congratulations to you all. I'll now invite our Mayor to step forward and present the evidence of citizenship ceremonies. And I believe that our councillors will help us along the way.
Absolutely. They're pledged to help, not to hinder this process, so they're very well behaved today.
So there will be a photo opportunity, so you'll have to just pose as we go through it. So bear with us, it's a good long list today. So Aaron Zabu. John Bishop. Karen Kentute. Yak Chan. Jin Chin. Domingo Field. Stephanie Field. I love you. Timothy Garthwaite. Lorinda Hester. Paul Harvey. Juliet Johnson. Shrika Hati. Hannah Patel. David Burgess. Leanne Burgess. Shirley Day. Martin Butek. And lastly, Katerina Goodman. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me again as we congratulate our new citizens and wish them all the best for the future. Now I'd like to ask the Mayor to complete the affirmation ceremony.
It would be my pleasure to do so. So this morning, ladies and gentlemen, and young people who are here today, councillors, we witnessed our new Australian citizens pledge their commitment to Australia and its people. Many Australians have not had the opportunity to do so because they were born here. Participation in an affirmation ceremony is voluntary and has no legal effect, but it's a symbolic way to increase awareness of what it means to be Australian and helps us feel pride in being a citizen of this great nation. So now I invite everyone here who wish to publicly affirm their commitment to Australia to be upstanding and join in reciting the affirmation. Those who are not Australian citizens but still wish to declare their loyalty may join in after the second line. Go. Are we ready? All together. As an Australian citizen, I affirm my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I uphold and obey. Well done. So we remain standing now, and we are going to sing the national anthem, and I'm not leading it, so I'm not going to do it in the microphone. I'm not going to put you through that trauma.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. Green, golden soil and wealth the toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant southern cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For wars to come across the seas, with boundless plains to share. With courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That concludes the official proceeding. And I would just make the note that all that imagery is of East Gippsland. What a wonderful place to live and make a home. Thank you for attending. You are certainly welcome now to stay, have some photos and some morning tea. And thank you again for coming. Well done.